Hi, my name is Madeline Welsh, and I was assigned Module 8, Who Says It? Communicator Factors and Persuasion, and I decided to focus this assignment on credibility. There was a quote in the book that I think portrays or paints a really good picture of what exactly credibility is, by Roderick Hart. He says, "Credibility is not a thing. It is not some sort of overcoat we can choose to put on or take off at will. Rather, it's a perception of us that lies inside of the people whom we talk." Credibility has three core factors and is definable as an attitude towards a source of communication held at a given time by a receiver. In other words, it's the audience member's perception of the communicator's qualities and how believable these are. The three factors that make up credibility are 1. Expertise, or the knowledge or ability ascribed to the communicator. 2 is trustworthiness, which refers to the communicator's perceived honesty, character, and safety. And lastly, the speaker's goodwill, or perceived caring, and how well the speaker conveys that they have the interests of the speaker or the listeners at heart. So in this video, I will be discussing a TED Talk I recently watched by James Hansen called "Why I Must Speak Out on Climate Change." Establishing his credibility plays a major role in effectively getting his message across on a topic that is so controversial. James Hansen is a well-known climate scientist who directs the program on climate science, awareness, and the science of Earth at the Institute of Columbia University. This job title alone plays into the expertise component of credibility. It shows that he really knows what he's talking about and has a lot of knowledge on the topic of climate change. He opens the speech by discussing how he ended up working in climate science. He has previously worked for NASA, exploring the greenhouse effect on Venus. He has published articles in both Science Magazine and the New York Times, and has even testified in front of Congress on global warming. Mentioning these credentials all help to establish his trustworthiness with the audience, and again shows that he has knowledge and experience working with climate change. During the talk, I think he pretty masterfully portrayed his goodwill by telling us why he feels like he must speak out on climate change. He doesn't want his grandchildren to grow up and think, "Grandpa understood what was happening to the earth and didn't do anything about it," and even shows the audience some pictures of his grandchildren to really portray his goodwill. This proves his intentions are pure and he genuinely cares about the audience's needs in regards to a future with stable climate conditions. His clothing choice is another way he is able to establish credibility. He is dressed very casually, wearing cargo pants, a nice collared button-down shirt, and an outdoorsman hat. This helps his trustworthiness by humanizing him and letting the audience know that they can see him as one of them, and that he's not some stuffy scientist reading them facts and statistics. Making yourself relatable to the audience is key, along with establishing you have knowledge on the topic and that you can be trusted in what you're saying. In conclusion, I think credibility is a make or break element of persuasion and something that all communicators should be aware of. In persuasion situations, providing your audience with solid reasons why they can trust you, with proof that you in fact have knowledge on the topic you're talking about, and that you are looking out for their best interests are all vital. I appreciate your time and attention, and thank you for listening to my application presentation. Have a great night.